You're listening to the John and Heidi Show, now featuring the wit and wisdom of Dan Farris.
Okay, dudes, let's walk this sucker.
On Sunny 93.3.
It's the John and Heidi Show bonus hour with Dan Farris. Good Friday morning to you, sir.
It is Friday.
It's Friday!
Which used to mean something, but it kind of doesn't anymore.
Yeah. I'm excited for this weekend. Dan has no idea what's in store. Blindfolds will be involved.
We're not blindfolding the man.
Put a bag over his head and take him somewhere fun.
I have a birthday coming up, and
Monday.
And John and Heidi have decided that
kidnapping is in the order.
I should take some kind of go off an adventure. I don't know where we're going, why we're going.
We'll tell you about it eventually.
But next week, when you're in your local supermarket and you see a photo of me on the side of a milk carton,
you'll know what's
it
up.
isn't a joke. It's not a promotional stunt.
Exactly.
All right, let's see. Doc Holliday has a birthday today.
Oh, hey, happy
Doc
birthday.
Holliday, of course, actually Val Kilmer. What a great part. Val Kilmer just chewed it up. I love the movie Tombstone, and Val Kilmer as Doc Holliday was amazing.
You know, he's a very talented actor, and then he kind of got out of the acting biz for a long time.
Well, he got real sick. He got cancer and stuff like that. So there you go. I still watch that movie when it comes on. I'm your Huckleberry. Mm-hmm. Magic Johnson, one of the finest point guards ever in the history of the NBA, 5 championships, MVP his rookie season.
Nice.
Magic is 62 today.
Nice.
Okay.
An actress, Halle Berry, who's been in a lot of things, but let us not leave out my favorite appearance of Halle Berry in a film, of course, as Sophia in John Wick 3.
Oh, yeah, that's right.
Halle Berry is 54 today.
She's
very
stunning.
Talented.
Yeah.
1848, the Oregon Territory is created.
Oh, nice.
Just a day later, angry hippies mad at their dads tried to burn down the jailhouse. See, I made a kind of a modern-day connection.
That's what they're doing right now.
Okay, here we go. A little closer to home, 1925. The concept on paper and everything else is first presented for the Mount Rushmore Monument. Is first proposed, and it was actually conceptualized by a man by the name of Don Robinson, came up with the idea. Originally wanted to make it kind of
Wild
a Legends of the Wild West thing, and threw out there, say, images of Lewis and Clark, Lakota Chief Red Cloud, blah, 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 Crazy Horse, Wild Bill Cody.
Yeah.
Got some Borglum said, we like a little bigger national pull on this. How about we do some presidents?
Yeah.
And now you know.
The rest, as they say, is history.
Is history. Social Security Act becomes law this day in 1935. Mm-hmm. And I, for one, because I'm getting darn close, I am looking forward to living off mine in abject poverty.
I wish that we weren't laughing because that's not funny.
I couldn't be more excited. Well, I've been paying in, and this was before child labor laws. I mean, I've been doing W-2 paying taxes since I was 11 years old. That was my first official job where the government got involved. I was 11, and that's no joke. And everything I've pumped into that over the years, and I look at, because about every year or so, you'll get a little thing from the government going, here's your estimated Social Security. And I just go,
I want my money back.
That's awesome.
Can I get a refund?
Because, again, the American public is too stupid to know what to do with their own money. So
apparently.
Awesome. There you go. Now you know we can just forge ahead, and I'm feeling pretty good about what's coming up, but then I feel good about pretty much everything.
We have a lot of good stuff coming up. Thanks for listening to the John and Heidi Show bonus hour with Dan Farris.
Do you pay too much for insurance? Have you looked around? Or are you too chicken? Don't be afraid to look around to see if you can find a better deal at InsuranceChicken.com. We make it super simple for you to see rates from several different companies, to see what they have to offer, all in one place. Check out great insurance deals at InsuranceChicken.com. Is it time for you to cross the road? See if we can save you money each month at InsuranceChicken.com. That's InsuranceChicken.com.
Time now for Ranger Dan's Critter Corner.
Well, I'm rough, tough, and ready. I'm a heck of a man. Eat my beans and weenies from a frying pan.
He's Ranger Dan.
Easy. I'm Ranger Dan. Well, I loves to wrestle bears and lasso ducks, run over possums in my government truck.
He's Ranger Dan.
Easy. I'm Ranger Dan. Well, I loves all the campers and the animals too. If you're picking on critters, I'm coming after you.
He's Ranger Dan.
Yes, sir. I'm Ranger Dan.
Good morning, Ranger Dan.
Good morning, Ranger Dan.
Right in your cute shiny little faces there, Small. How's every little thing going there, Tom? Great. Heidi!
Read your dad.
Oh, my goodness gracious. Take a look here. I think there's something terribly wrong with my cell phone.
Why?
Doesn't have your number in it. Keep your seat there, Tim. Just leave it that way. Speaking of phones and speaking of communications, I kind of came across this little story here. Thought it would be pretty darn interesting. Just wondering how animals communicate. Did you know you can now train doggies to help you out if there's an emergency?
Really?
Dogs
A lot
are
of high-tech
amazing.
stuff going on. You know what? Development's going on, technology, to some good folks at Georgia Tech. It's called the Fido Project. Huh. And they've got it set up. If there's an emergency at home, you can actually tell your dog to actually punch up 911, get in contact. Has to do with very own little doggy screen.
Oh.
And apparently it's pretty effective. They're teaching dogs how to call and or text. And they do it on commands of get help or hey you. Whatever the case may be. Now, this sounds pretty fantastic, and it can work out. But again, you're talking about a hound with his own little touch screen device there, and although it's been
snacks,
proven pretty darn effective, some of the smarter breeds, which of course totally excludes Yorkies, have indeed punched these things up and done everything from order stakeout to thousands of dollars worth of treats and toys from Chewy.com and hours on end watching cat videos on YouTube. So we're going to keep you posted on this because this is gosh darn fascinating. In the meantime, if you're having trouble with that, just do what Ranger Dan does. Just wear a life alert. That's all.
Nice.
And if you have fallen and can't get up, well, that's just God's way of telling you maybe you shouldn't. That's all the time we have today, little Radio Rangers. I hope you learned something here. I know I did. This is Ranger Dan. Until next time, out, say it with me.
Yes, sir.
Some credit cards have really high rates or big annual fees. Usually, people sign up for these when it's all they qualify for. If that sounds like you, it may be time to get a better credit card. Over time, your situation changes, and you may qualify for a better credit card. Your current card hopes you don't think about it, but our site shows you many options to see if there's a better credit card for you. Check it out for free at bettercreditcards.com. That's bettercreditcards.com.
Time right now for water cooler talk with Mr. Dan Farris.
This caught my attention. Thought it was kind of interesting. Found a little feature story on weird, bizarre laws still on the books in every 50 states.
Oh, yeah.
All 50 states. So
there's some dumb ones out there.
Oh, yeah. I boiled it down to our area, and there are reasons for some of them, and some of them there aren't reasons, but they're still, apparently, you could still get in trouble for these things. Our neighbors in Iowa, and this does kind of make sense until you kind of read into it. In Iowa, you should not throw a brick onto a highway or any other dangerous instrument, including toys.
Oh, wow.
Unless you have written permission from your city council.
Holy cow.
How on earth would you get written permission to throw something on the
highway? They wouldn't give you
highway?
permission, so that's just a way for them to say you can't do it.
Maybe they would, because they've left the door open there. Right. It's right on the books.
Maybe a special situation where somebody needs to be throwing bricks on the road.
From Minnesota, my home state, dirty tires are banned.
Really?
Yeah, dirty tires.
How do you keep your tires clean?
Yeah, it really is a concern. It is on the books as a public nuisance as they deposit mud, dirt, and other substances, get this, on streets and highways.
You know what those other substances are?
I really don't.
They come from farms. It would be manure. So like a farm truck driving into town, I bet that's exactly what that is.
You've been married to him 20 years. How does his brain work?
I know.
I'm just saying, that's what it is, because there's some farmer that drove into town, and the town folks said, we ought to come up with a law to keep him from doing that.
And that's exactly how they sound. Because they have a southern lilt in northern Minnesota.
Oh, yeah. Yeah, we sure should. Yeah,
Holy cow.
We should make a law, yeah.
North Dakota, I like this one because it makes zero sense. Fireworks are banned after 11 p.m.
Okay.
It is a violation of disturbing the peace, but here's the other side of that. Now, again, fireworks banned after 11 p.m. in North Dakota. However, it's totally okay to start lighting them babies up at 8 o'clock in the morning.
Really? It's a little too bright for those.
That's okay.
Huh. You have like an hour and a half window then to get all the fireworks and done.
Let's see here. Nebraska, this is fairly specific. But then again, it isn't. I can remember when this was a national thing, I guess. Still in the books in Nebraska, it's illegal to get married if you have a venereal disease.
What?
Now, I'm old enough to know. It really wasn't that long. In fact, I think it was in the 80s they took it off the books. If you were to get married, you had to get your license, your certification and whatnot.
Test. And a blood test.
It was called a Wasserman test. And I think that was law up into the 80s.
What was the point of that anyway?
To see if you were a little shady.
Huh.
If you had something going on.
Huh.
But to me, it's like...
I guess I never knew the reasoning behind that.
I remember that. I didn't know what
the Wasserman test, that's exactly what it was for.
Make sure you're...
that's really interesting.
Mm-hmm. Yep. So...
I remember when blood tests were needed, but I didn't ever
never had to have
know
one.
the reasoning. I thought maybe it was to make sure you weren't related or something.
You guys know your
no, that doesn't
siblings?
matter. Especially if you go to northern Minnesota where they have southern accents. John. And in South Dakota, and I honestly couldn't get any more details on this, but in the great state of South Dakota, it is illegal to sleep in a cheese factory.
Oh.
Wow.
I got a couple also rans that ain't really in our neck of the woods, but I love these laws a lot. Arizona, it's illegal for a donkey to sleep in a bathtub.
Okay.
Which tells me it's perfectly okay if the donkey's like awake and like dancing or something, but that donkey ain't crashing that bathtub.
No sleeping in the bathtub.
And Montana, it's illegal to give a rat as a present.
I want to, you know what would be a really fun idea for a TV show?
The more you know.
This would be an awesome idea for like a reality TV show. It would be breaking a stupid law in every state.
Well, you probably could most of these because who would even be aware of it, including law enforcement?
If you would go to Montana and like give the governor of Montana a rat as a gift. I mean, to break a dumb law in every state, that would actually be a really fun show. I'd watch that.
I know you would. I would not. As with most of the things you choose to watch on television.
To lull a donkey to sleep in a bathtub, but I'm here for you. Let's get it done.
What are you doing with that donkey at the Motel 6? Don't you worry.
Honestly, at most Motel 6, they probably wouldn't even question.
Oh, you know what? That's a great
donkey in the hotel room.
I've stayed at many a Motel 6. They're a nice, affordable place. Well, Dan, thank you for that update, sir.
Affordable
absolute pleasure. And hey, Nebraska, clean it up.
How in the world do we back ourselves into these corners? I'm moving. I'm just going to exit right now. Thanks for listening to the John and Heidi Show bonus hour with Dan Farris.
We're here to make it better.
If you find that drug or alcohol problems are hitting you too close to home, you can get help. Maybe it's time for rehab. Your insurance may even cover everything. Learn more at timeforrehab.com. Get help for a drug or alcohol problem within 24 hours.
We're here to make it better.
Get more information at timeforrehab.com. That's timeforrehab.com.
Time now for our Bright Spot of News, brought to you by Paul's Designer Showroom on Lake Lorraine in Sioux Falls. Today, our bright spot shines on the VA in Sioux Falls, and I've got Erin with me right now. And Erin, what is your official title there?
I am the Public Affairs Officer with the Sioux Falls VA Healthcare System.
And we were at a meeting on Thursday afternoon, and you were telling everybody at this meeting about a really cool thing coming up in 2022, so we have to wait a little bit for it, but we've got some really cool stuff coming to Sioux Falls, don't we?
Absolutely. It's really exciting to announce the fact that Sioux Falls has been awarded the location for the 2022 Golden Age Games. We are expecting 1,500 athletes from across all 50 states are going to come to Sioux Falls and participate in all of these events. We will need about 2,000 volunteers across the city, and we're going to be utilizing different parks, different locations to set up these events. So it's really exciting.
And this is similar to, and I know like the word Olympics is like a word that people know, and it's not going to be quite like that, but it's similar to that. But it's for veterans over the age of 50, and there's some other qualifications. What are those again? So
it's for veterans over the age of 55. Now, all of the events that National VA Adaptive Sports put on, you have to have a service-connected disability, and you have to be enrolled in VA healthcare. Now, this one is different because you only have to be over the age of 55 and be enrolled in VA healthcare. So you don't have to have a disability to participate in these events.
So if there's somebody local that's listening that's going, boy, boy, I'd love to be a part of this, they could probably get the information from you, right?
Absolutely. So they can reach out to their primary care provider at the Sioux Falls VA. If they aren't enrolled, they can talk with our eligibility office, but this is something that they'll need to talk to their provider about. And then we also have our rec therapy and our adaptive sports program at the Sioux Falls VA to get more information.
Now, if somebody listening is thinking, boy, I would love to be a volunteer to help with that, because 2,000 volunteers you're going to need. You're going to probably start looking for them pretty soon, aren't you?
Yep. So we just hired our coordinator, which we will be announcing soon. And when we get him on board, we're going to start reaching out to the different locations and different vendors that we have been kind of scoping out through this process. And then more information will be coming out through the community, through our different service organizations and through the hospital, how people can be involved.
When that time comes and you're ready to start signing up volunteers, be sure to connect with us and we'll gladly do what we can to let folks know about it and hopefully help you find some.
We can't wait. We're really excited. This is huge. This is one of the biggest events that the state of South Dakota has ever seen. So,
is there information online somewhere where people could go and find more of the details on this?
So they can look on, they can just look up or Google National VA Adaptive Sports Program, and they can see past locations and past cities and different events that have been put on. But as far as Sioux Falls location, we've just done a press release. We did a news conference with Experience Sioux Falls, and more information will be coming out as soon as possible.
Very, very nice. Well, it's exciting. And Sioux Falls is one of the smallest communities to ever host this, which is awesome because Sioux Falls is a great place. And I think when they get here, they're going to fall in love, and this will just be, it'll be here all the time.
National VA fell in love. And we've had people working this for the last 2 years. And so we're really excited to highlight everything that South Dakota has to offer, and especially the city of Sioux Falls. This sites have been awarded to Orlando, Honolulu, Dallas. So for the city of Sioux Falls to be on the map, it's fantastic.
Thank you for all that you're doing.
Thank you so much.
And again, we're going to throw a link to all the information. I'll find that press release and make sure I throw a link to that on our Facebook page, and all of the details can be found there. And if people are wanting to follow you, is there a place on social media to find you guys too?
Absolutely. So all of our social media hashtags links are at VA Sioux Falls. So you can find us on Twitter, you can find us on Instagram, you can find us on Facebook, and our website is siouxfalls.va.gov.
All right. And then again, at VA Sioux Falls on all the social media platforms.
Correct.
Very good. Again, a cool event that's going to be coming to town, not next year, but the following year, 2022. We'll throw a link with all the information on our Facebook page. Thanks for listening to your Bright Spot of News, brought to you by Paul's Designer Showroom on Lake Lorraine in Sioux Falls.
Many people have dabbled in the stock market for their very first time ever this year. If you're new to the market, but you don't want to learn things the hard way and the expensive way, I encourage you to subscribe to this free newsletter. You can get the inside track with Wall Street's brightest minds delivered directly to your inbox every day at marketbeatminute.com. Subscribe for free. If you change your mind, just unsubscribe. Sign up for free right now at marketbeatminute.com. That's marketbeatminute.com. Time now for a little bit of entertainment news of the day with Mr. Dan Farris.
Because celebrities are so fabulous, they're so high above me, they're so lovely. I have the list of the 10 biggest earning actors so far for the year 2020.
Oh, well, that'd be interesting to know.
From what I understand, the top 10 list of actresses is coming out later, and I'll certainly follow that. But meanwhile, here's the guys who are making all the ching in the world of entertainment. Starting with
not a ton this year, is there?
Number 10, Jackie Chan.
Nice.
Really?
40 mil.
That
wow.
one
In 2020?
that surprises me.
Yep, so far. I think residuals and everything else going on. There's a lot of stuff, especially if you've been in the biz for quite a while. There are some things that just keep on giving, you know? Adam Sandler, 41 million.
Yeah.
Will Smith, who used to be the Hollywood golden boy for years. He's still in the top 10, but he used to be number one not that long ago. Will Smith, $44.5 million. Wow. Lin-Manuel Miranda. Who the heck is that? He was involved with Hamilton.
Okay.
That was a piece of the movie rights for Hamilton. Now he's hooked up with Disney.
Okay.
$45.5 million bucks.
Huh.
Ash K. Kumar. Not Hollywood, but Bollywood.
Yeah.
$48.5 million. Vin Diesel.
I always liked Vin.
Who's really...
It's not his real name.
He's one of those guys, when he first showed up, you thought, well, he's going to be kind of a one-and-done type guy, and this Fast and Furious thing really went crazy.
It did.
Plus the XXX thing. I mean, he does some fun stuff. Vin Diesel this year so far, $54 million. Ben Affleck clocking in at $55. Mark Wahlberg, $58 million bucks. Ryan Reynolds.
Yeah, that one doesn't surprise me.
At number 2, $71.5 million. And who do you think is at top of the heap? Actors, Do Re Mi.
So I'm trying to think who.
I couldn't even begin. I would have assumed it was Ryan, honestly.
Well, who's doing better than him?
You gotta smell what the Rock's got cooking.
Oh yeah, see that makes perfect sense to me.
Dwayne Johnson.
Yeah, he just bought.
Seriously?
He's involved in all kinds of stuff, including the Fast and Furious series. And
yeah.
And
he's got the Jumanji cash.
Got his own TV series thing going on. And,
he's a smart businessman.
He really is. He really is. $87.5 million. So there you go, and now you know.
Now we know.
Dan, thank you for that, man.
Absolutely.
I am absolutely dumbfounded at how much money some of those people are making.
Right?
I mean, that's a lot of dough. And again, more money doesn't mean they're going to be happy, but I'd sure like to give it a try.
Hey, this is America. For a lot of these people, where else could this have possibly happened?
Exactly.
I think
Very
it's
true.
amazing. I love rich people. They need to come to my house and go, oh, you poor thing.
Adopt a Dan today. We're going to set up a GoFundMe. Thanks for listening to the John and Heidi Show bonus hour with Dan Farris.
If you have a credit card, we'd like to help you make sure it's the best credit card for you. Take a few minutes to look at your current interest rate and see what you get for points or perks. Then go to bettercreditcards.com to see if we can help you find a better credit card. This will literally cost you nothing, and it could help you get a better credit card. If you don't have a credit card right now, you can check us out too at bettercreditcards.com. That's bettercreditcards.com.
Here's your Market Beat Minute for Friday, the 14th of August, 2020. The equity market hovered in a tight range near break-even levels on Thursday as traders digested a better-than-expected jobless claims report. The weekly total of new jobless claims fell below 1 million for the first time since the U.S. shutdown started, and points to strengthening with the labor market. With employment on the rise, traders are wondering what exactly will happen once the S&P 500 reaches its all-time high. The real question investors need to be asking is what's going to happen with the next round of stimulus? The market is at its current level because there is an expectation the next round will come. If it doesn't, the S&P 500 could easily move down to retest support and possibly as deep as the March low. If it does come and doesn't meet the market's expectations, it could also spark another correction. You can get the inside track with Wall Street's brightest minds delivered directly to your inbox every day at marketbeatminute.com.